When waves of persecution came about, many who knew their potential weakness before the edge of the sword retreated to the desert, where they dedicated their lives to God. When persecution came to an end, some who could not offer their life to God through martyrdom chose to offer it to Him through the monastic vocation. Organized monasticism appeared first in Egypt under the leadership of Saint Anthony the Great, who lived between 251 to 356 AD, and who lived in seclusion in the Mount of the Red Sea for approximately 20 years, in which he reached spiritual maturity. Later, he would disciple a large number of ascetics, some of whom would become monastic leaders themselves, such as Macarius of Egypt. Macarius of Egypt, who lived between 300 to 391 AD, retreated to the western desert of Egypt, where he began a monastic community which remains to this day. Like Anthony, his disciples lived in secluded life of contemplation. Unlike Anthony, however, Macarius required his disciples to meet once a week on Sunday to partake of the Eucharist and potentially hold a spiritual meeting or share a common meal. Pachomius of Egypt, who lived between 292 to 348 AD, was a pagan soldier who was captivated by the hospitality of Christians in Upper Egypt, and he decided to consecrate himself to the God of Christians. Pachomius would establish a number of monastic communities and monasteries where monks lived in a communion of love under one roof. He commissioned his sister to lead a similar life in convents for women who desired the monastic vocation. Monasticism was taken to the West at the hands of Athanasius, who shared the monastic way with the people of Ireland in one of his exiles. The formal transmission of monastic wisdom to the West came about at the hands of John Cassian, who lived between 360 to 435 AD. John went through the eastern deserts collecting monastic wisdom and customs, which he recorded in his books on the conferences and the institutions. In the 5th century, Benedict, who lived between 480 to 546 AD, would start a revival of Western monasticism that would create numerous monasteries dedicated for the service of the masses.